God says, "Beloved soul, listen gently and without pressure, because this message is not about fear, shock, or secrets meant to disturb you. It is about awareness." There are moments when your presence carries a quiet intensity that others can sense, even if they do not understand it. This is not because you are mysterious or unusual. It is because your life has been shaped by depth, reflection, and growth that does not announce itself loudly. God says, there are people who react strongly when they encounter depth, because depth reflects what they have avoided within themselves. When someone sees sincerity, resilience, or calm awareness in another, it can feel overwhelming. Not because of danger, but because truth has weight. And truth is felt before it is understood. Beloved soul, you have walked through experiences that refined you. You learned to observe before reacting. You learned to feel deeply without losing yourself. You learned to remain steady even when situations felt uncertain. These qualities create a presence that others notice, sometimes unexpectedly. It is not something you try to project. It is something you have grown into. God says, awareness carries energy. When someone becomes aware of their own thoughts, emotions, and choices, their presence becomes grounded. Grounded presence is calming to some and unsettling to others. This is not your responsibility to manage. It is simply the result of alignment. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of clarity, reminding you that you do not need to explain yourself to be understood. Your role is not to impress or alarm. Your role is to remain authentic. When authenticity is present, it reveals truth naturally. Beloved soul, sometimes people interpret what they feel through their own beliefs or language. One person may call it intuition. Another may call it insight. Another may simply feel it as a strong impression. What matters is not the label. What matters is the truth beneath it. Your life carries intention, and intention is felt. God says, you are not here to be feared or placed on a pedestal. You are here to live honestly. The calm you carry comes from lessons learned and patience practiced. This calm has influence. It encourages reflection. It invites others to slow down and look inward. Beloved soul, when someone reacts strongly to your presence, it often reflects their own inner state. Depth meets depth. Stillness meets noise. Awareness meets distraction. These interactions are not coincidences. They are mirrors. And mirrors reveal without speaking. God says, do not misunderstand this moment. It is not about being special in a way that separates you from others. It is about being grounded in a way that connects you to them. Connection built on truth is quiet but powerful. Archangel Michael remains near, protecting balance and discernment. He is not here to dramatize your path. He is here to keep you centered. He understands that clarity must remain humble to remain useful. You are learning that now. Beloved soul, the revelation here is simple and steady. When you live with awareness, others feel it. When you choose calm over chaos, it shows. When you build integrity quietly, it becomes visible without effort. This is influence without force. God says, remain present. Do not seek reactions. Do not fear them either. Let your life speak through consistency, kindness, and clarity. What is genuine does not need exaggeration to be recognized. Stay grounded. What you carry is not a secret meant to shock. It is a truth meant to steady. God says, "Beloved soul, now that you understand your presence carries depth, it is time to understand why it affects others so strongly." This is not because you are meant to stand above people. It is because you have learned how to stand within yourself. Many people live disconnected from their inner world. They move quickly, think loudly, and avoid silence. When they encounter someone who is grounded, aware, and emotionally present, it unsettles them, not in fear, but in recognition. God says, recognition is powerful. It awakens parts of people they have not visited in a long time. When someone looks at you and feels something they cannot name, it is often because your calm reflects what they have been suppressing. You are not creating that reaction. You are revealing it. This is why some people become quiet around you, while others become restless. Depth responds to depth. Beloved soul, you have learned to sit with your own thoughts. You have learned to feel emotions without running from them. You have learned patience when answers were slow and clarity when confusion once ruled. These qualities shape an energy that speaks without words. People sense sincerity before they understand it. They feel steadiness before they can explain it. God says, there is a difference between attention and presence. Attention seeks to be noticed. Presence simply exists. You are learning presence. And presence has weight. It fills a room without effort. It does not demand response, yet it invites reflection. This is why your image, your voice, or even your name can stir something in others unexpectedly. Beloved soul, you may wonder why some people feel drawn to you while others feel uncomfortable. The answer is simple. You reflect truth. Truth does not accuse, but it does expose. It exposes disconnection, distraction, and emotional avoidance. Those who are ready for growth feel comforted by it. Those who are not feel challenged by it. Neither reaction is your responsibility to manage. God says, this depth did not form overnight. It was shaped through experiences where you had to slow down and listen inwardly. Through moments where you chose understanding over reaction. Through times when silence taught you more than noise ever could. These lessons refined you quietly. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of discernment, reminding you that depth must remain balanced with humility. He is not amplifying reactions. He is protecting your center. He understands that awareness without ego becomes wisdom. Wisdom does not seek attention. It offers stability. Beloved soul, people often try to label what they feel when they encounter depth. Some call it intuition. Some call it insight. Some give it spiritual language. But labels are not the truth. The truth is that awareness recognizes awareness. When someone who lives mostly on the surface encounters someone who has gone inward, something shifts inside them. God says, you are not meant to explain yourself to everyone. Explanation dilutes presence. Your role is not to convince, but to remain authentic. When you stay grounded, the right connections deepen naturally, and the wrong ones fade without conflict. This is how alignment protects your energy. Beloved soul, depth also changes how you experience relationships. You no longer chase connection. You allow it to form where understanding is mutual. You no longer overextend emotionally. You listen carefully. You choose honesty over performance. These choices create fewer connections, but stronger ones. God says, influence does not always look like leadership. Sometimes it looks like calm. Sometimes it looks like listening. Sometimes it looks like not reacting when reaction is expected. This restraint carries power. It shifts dynamics quietly. People feel safer around those who are not driven by impulse. Beloved soul, you may notice that conversations around you slow down. People speak more thoughtfully. Or sometimes they reveal more than they intended. This is not because you are probing. It is because presence invites honesty. When someone feels seen without judgment, they open naturally. God says, be mindful not to shrink your depth to make others comfortable. Comfort built on suppression creates inner conflict. You are learning how to be present without being heavy, deep without being distant, aware without being detached. This balance is a skill, and you are developing it steadily. Archangel Michael remains near, ensuring that you do not confuse depth with responsibility. You are not here to carry others' emotions. You are here to live truthfully. When you remain centered, others are free to choose how they respond. Beloved soul, there will be times when your presence feels misunderstood. Do not internalize this. Misunderstanding often arises when depth meets avoidance. Stay patient. Stay clear. What aligns with you will recognize you in time. God says, the truth being revealed now is not about others' reactions. It is about your own acceptance of who you are becoming. You are learning that you do not need to dim your awareness or exaggerate it. You simply need to live from it. Beloved soul, as you accept this depth, your confidence will settle. You will stop questioning why others react the way they do. You will focus instead on staying aligned. This alignment will guide your choices, protect your energy, and shape your future connections. God says, remain grounded. Remain calm. Let presence do what performance never could. What you carry is not meant to shock. It is meant to steady. God says, beloved soul, now that you understand the depth you carry and the presence it creates around you, it is time to see how this depth begins to shape your direction in life. Destiny does not arrive as a loud announcement. It forms through alignment. Alignment happens when who you are inside matches the choices you make outside. This is the stage you are entering now. Your life is not being pulled forward by force. It is being guided by understanding. God says, there was a time when you felt unsure about where you were going. You questioned whether your path was clear or meaningful. But clarity does not always arrive as a map. Sometimes it arrives as a sense of peace about the next step. You are learning to trust that peace. You no longer need every answer in advance. You move forward with awareness, adjusting as understanding grows. Beloved soul, destiny responds to consistency more than intensity. You are learning to show up with intention rather than urgency. This changes how opportunities meet you. You are not chasing them anymore. You are recognizing them. When something aligns with your values, it feels calm. When it does not, you release it without struggle. This discernment keeps you on a path that feels natural rather than forced. God says, your depth is shaping your decisions quietly. You think before acting. You listen before responding. You observe patterns instead of reacting to moments. These habits create direction. They protect you from detours driven by emotion or comparison. You are no longer pulled by what looks impressive. You are guided by what feels steady. Right now, Archangel Michael stands as a guardian of alignment, ensuring that your growth remains grounded. He is not urging speed or promising outcomes. He is protecting balance. He understands that destiny unfolds best when awareness leads action. His presence is calm because this stage requires patience, not pressure. Beloved soul, as direction becomes clearer, your confidence changes. It becomes quieter. You do not need to announce your plans or defend your choices. You trust them. This trust allows you to move forward without carrying doubt at every step. You accept that growth includes adjustment, and adjustment does not mean failure. It means learning. God says, destiny is influenced by how you treat time. You are no longer rushing to arrive somewhere. You are using time wisely. You plan realistically. You allow space for rest. You understand that sustainability matters more than speed. This approach keeps you grounded even when progress feels gradual. Beloved soul, inner depth also shapes how you handle uncertainty. You no longer interpret uncertainty as a threat. You see it as part of expansion. You remain present instead of anxious. This presence allows you to notice subtle guidance. Small signs, quiet confirmations, moments of clarity that arrive when you are calm enough to receive them. God says, influence grows when intention is clear. You may notice that people seek your perspective more often. Conversations around you feel more thoughtful. This is not because you are trying to lead. It is because clarity attracts trust. People feel steadied by those who are not driven by impulse. Beloved soul, your destiny is not separate from your character. The patience you practice, the honesty you choose, the boundaries you respect, these shape your future more than any single opportunity. You are building a life that feels aligned because it is aligned internally first. God says, there may still be moments when you question your pace. Remember this, what is meant to last is allowed to grow. You are not behind. You are building carefully. This care protects what you create. It ensures that when progress becomes visible, it remains stable. Archangel Michael remains near, guarding your discernment. He ensures that ambition does not replace wisdom and that clarity remains your guide. You are learning to move forward without losing yourself. This balance is rare and valuable. Beloved soul, destiny also responds to humility. You remain open to learning. You accept feedback without defensiveness. You adapt without losing direction. This flexibility allows your path to adjust naturally as you grow. You are not rigid. You are responsive. God says, your life direction is becoming clearer because your inner world is calmer. Calm allows perception. Perception guides choice. Choice shapes destiny. This sequence is unfolding naturally within you now. Beloved soul, you may still experience challenges, but they no longer define your direction. They inform it. You learn, you adjust, you continue. This resilience keeps you moving forward without bitterness or fear. God says, trust this process. You do not need to force your future into shape. You need to remain aligned. Alignment will guide you where you need to go, step by step, decision by decision. Beloved soul, remain present. Your depth is not a mystery meant to confuse you. It is a foundation meant to guide you. What you are becoming is steady, aware, and aligned. God says, beloved soul, now that your depth has aligned your direction, something settles within you that words can barely explain. It is not excitement. It is not urgency. It is fulfillment. Fulfillment does not arrive with noise or proof. It arrives as calm certainty. You begin to feel at home within yourself. You are no longer chasing meaning. You are living it quietly, one choice at a time. God says, fulfillment grows when you stop demanding that life convince you of your worth. You no longer measure your value by reactions, outcomes, or timelines. You know who you are becoming. This knowing removes tension from your spirit. You wake up with less resistance. You move through your days with fewer inner arguments. You are not trying to fix yourself anymore. You are trusting yourself. Beloved soul, calm authority begins here. Authority does not mean control over others. It means mastery of your inner world. You respond instead of react. You choose instead of rush. You remain present even when circumstances shift. This presence steadies everything around you. People sense it. Situations soften around it. Decisions become clearer in its light. God says, this calm authority is the fruit of all you have learned. The patience you practiced when answers were slow. The honesty you chose when shortcuts tempted you. The boundaries you set when overgiving drained you. These choices formed a strength that does not need to announce itself. It is felt. Beloved soul, fulfillment also brings closure. Not dramatic endings, but gentle completion. Old questions no longer demand answers. Old wounds no longer ask to be reopened. You understand enough to move on without bitterness. Acceptance replaces resistance. And acceptance brings rest. Right now, Archangel Michael stands quietly as a guardian of this peace. He is not here to warn or to hurry you. He is here to protect what has been built within you. He understands that calm authority must be guarded from distraction and comparison. His presence is steady because this phase is about preservation, not pursuit. Beloved soul, as fulfillment deepens, your relationship with life changes. You no longer feel the need to prove your growth. You let it speak through consistency. You allow results to arrive without demanding them. You trust that what aligns with you will find you naturally. This trust reduces anxiety and increases clarity. God says, joy at this stage is subtle and strong. It does not depend on constant excitement. It remains during quiet days and uncertain moments. You enjoy progress without fearing loss. You rest without guilt. You plan without panic. This joy is mature because it is rooted in understanding. Beloved soul, calm authority also shapes your relationships. You listen without absorbing pressure. You speak without over-explaining. You allow others to be where they are without taking responsibility for their reactions. This freedom lightens your emotional load and strengthens genuine connection. God says, your destiny is no longer something you are trying to reach. It is something you are living into. Each aligned decision reinforces it. Each calm response supports it. Each honest boundary protects it. This is how destiny becomes real, not through prediction, but through presence. Beloved soul, you may still face moments of uncertainty, but they no longer shake your foundation. You trust your ability to respond wisely. You adapt without losing direction. You move forward without abandoning peace. This resilience is the mark of inner security. God says, inner security changes how you view the future. It no longer feels threatening or overwhelming. It feels open. You trust that whatever unfolds will meet you prepared. This trust frees your creativity and sharpens your judgment. Beloved soul, fulfillment also invites gratitude. Not the kind that ignores difficulty, but the kind that honors growth. You can look back without resentment. You can acknowledge pain without reliving it. You recognize how every lesson shaped your awareness. This gratitude grounds you in the present. Archangel Michael remains near, ensuring that your calm authority remains humble and clear. He understands that humility keeps wisdom useful. You are learning to lead your life quietly, without force, without fear. This leadership begins within. God says, do not rush past this chapter. Quiet seasons strengthen foundations. You are stabilizing, not stalling. And stabilization prepares you for whatever comes next. What grows from peace lasts. Beloved soul, you are not unfinished. You are not lacking. You are grounded. And from this grounded place, your life will continue to unfold with clarity, confidence, and gentle strength. God says, stay present. Stay aligned. Stay calm. What you have built within you will support everything that follows. If this message brought peace and completion to your heart, type Amen and receive it with calm faith. Stay connected. This journey continues gently.